Hello and welcome to the Spirit Guide Daily. These are daily guidance readings. They are general readings and they are timeless. They will cross the path when you are meant to see them. We're going to get some energy oracle cards. We're going to get some making magic cards. We're going to start with some tarot cards here to tell us what's the energy of today. What's the general energy around the collective? What challenges are we facing? What might come across our path today? Let's get going here. What's coming up for the collective today? Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you hit that post bell notification, you're going to know every time I post a video. Remember, I have a wealth of pick a cards. Don't forget to check them out. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Let's get going here. Five of Pentacles in reverse is this feeling of a set of circumstances easing. It is things getting better after a difficult period. Remember, reversals are not bad. They just have a slightly different energy. The High Priestess in the upright is a card of feeling connected both to your intuition and to your guides. It is also the card for the goddess Persephone, who is deeply related to abundance and also to the moon. The High Priestess is one of the cards of the moon. It's one of the cards of intuition. You're feeling a little bit blocked on your intuition and like, you know, hey, is this thing on? Is this thing on? There's going to be a need to kind of withdraw into self today at the end of the day. Make sure you're having a lot of rest as part of it, simply because you have guide messages coming through your own particular practice. There is something that they're not telling you about, and it is going to add to your life with this Five of Pentacles in reverse. But sometimes they won't give us as much information as we want, because whether or not we believe it or think of it this way, one of the things that we have to heal is our need to control things. To go with the flow, we have to accept that we do not make the flow. And sometimes we're not told which way the water's flowing. And there's a little bit of that energy here today. But I love the Five of Pentacles in reverse because it's the opposite energy of deprivation. It is increase. It is abundance. They're not telling you something around it. You've had a slight test of faith is what it looks like. And if you are just sick and tired of the idea of being tested, and tested, please remember, it is incredibly easy to have faith in a spiritual journey when we're getting everything we want, when we can feel that connection, when we can see the expansion. True faith lies in getting through the periods where we feel like we might be walking this path alone and nothing's talking to us. The Ace of Swords in reverse is a card of like resting your mind as well as much as anything, because these swords are such mental energy. They're about analysis. They're about, you know, strategy and planning and logical thinking. The thing that wow, I don't think I've ever said this before. Don't get too wedded to a process around how to make yourself feel better. Meaning, like, if you've had to go through a healing journey and you had to learn, well, I align here and I ground there and I meditate there and like I take myself to this very special restaurant whenever I'm trying to pick myself up. Remember, things start to lose their efficacy, their efficiency, their effectiveness when done over and over again. Meaning, break it up, do different things, like, you know, maybe watch a romantic comedy instead of trying to get something done. Goof off a little bit with this particular energy. Insight opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. Boy, is that ever this card. I think you feel like your intuition's a little bit offline right now. Like you're just like, I'm going through the motions. I think I might have lost the plot. You haven't lost the plot. It's that you want you want the cliff notes on your life, and instead it's an epic, long, you know, many volumed version here. Things just take more time than you want them to sometimes, and you have had a little test around faith. Please remember that, and remember, if your response to that is anger, you're not understanding what the worth of it is. Meaning that sometimes they can't like constantly communicate with us, and sometimes the goal will be beyond our sight. We will have to go through 98 steps to get to the 99th, which will lead us to the 100th and completion. But 95 of those steps will feel like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. And in order to truly accept your guidance, you have to have faith that there's a reason for it. And so it's not a test of faith to make you scream. It's a test of faith in order to make you understand, listen, it always comes back. It always comes back. That feeling of connection, you're not alone. It's just that you want things immediately so that your anxiety, because it's the card of anxiety in the upright, can be eased. And we can't always do that because we're trying to build a real world around you, and it's intricate. And sometimes you're going to have to trust. Community. Okie dokie. Insight and community. Please remember, when you are feeling disconnected from your guides, when the world does not seem like it is supplying any of the things that make your resonant journey echo throughout your life joyfully, that's when you need to connect with others. Your intuition will actually be strengthened when you allow yourself to participate in the 3D just that little bit more. It's a strange energy. It's like you can't, a message from your guides is going to come to you through one of your community members. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. Heck, you're watching this. It could be this. Please remember, even when you cannot see the progress is there, and there is always a plan. You're not lost. They didn't punk you. They didn't fool you. They're still there, and progress is still being made. Please connect with others. Sometimes you isolate yourself just that little bit too much. And even if it does not come naturally to you, try. Because connecting with other people helps ground you and helps bring you their resonant energy. Sometimes when we feel a little bit left out in the cold, the easiest way to connect both to our guides and to spirituality and to divine source is to connect to other people, because then we feel the interweaving fabric of life. We are connected all, and we are all one. Try to connect with other people when you feel like you've lost your path just that little bit. And that was your message for today for the Spirit Guide Daily. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Thank you so much for joining me. Do not forget the power of community.